Welcome back guys. Today we are going to create image comparison slider in Pure CSS without using any JavaScript. So let's dive into our VS Code. So let's attach our CSS and create our divs. I'm going to create a div with the class name img before after and input range with value 50 with class name range. I'm going to create two divs, one is front and one is back. I'm going to declare an inline variable here with the timeline slider. So let's jump into our CSS and I'm going to create here a property variable slider with the syntax, its number and inherits true and initial value to 0. So now let's create the root, the global variables. I'm going to declare here minimum value to 0%, that is minimum size, and the maximum size to 100%. This is for the slider. When we move to the left it will be minimum size and move to the right corner it will be 100%. So we are going to create a width variable dynamically with the maximum size and minimum size variables with the slider variable. So let's calculate the maximum size, which is 100%, with the slider variable. So this will be the 100% when we move the slider to the right corner, and the minimum size with 1 minus minimum size, because when we move the slider to the left corner it will be 0, in the right corner it will be the 100%. So we need the negative and the positive value here. So we have calculated width in that way. So let's assign timeline scope to slider and animation to linear, animation name to slider, and animation timeline to slider, and animation range to increase 0% and exit to 100%. So let's create keyframes for the slider, 0% and the slider value to 1. Now let's create input range to overflow hidden. Let's create the WebKit slider thumb to view timeline to timeline and inline. So let's copy paste, create for Mozilla, and let's cut this input range here and paste here. And let's create more styles. You can see the output in the browser right side. So let's make WebKit appearance to none, and let's style the WebKit slider thumb. WebKit appearance to none, and let's make the background to black so you can see the slider in the browser. And let's create the body background to gray. And let's create styles for img before after. Let's create styles for front and back div. We'll create the width later. Let's import our background image. And no repeat. And background size to cover. And the Z index to 1. Let's create the back div with 200%. And the Z index, we need to send this back. You can see the image in the browser. Now I'm making this to grayscale, the backside image. So we have to send this to backside. So first let's create the width to variable width, which we created dynamically, and we can change this to maximum size, or we can leave it to 100%. So now if you check this in the top, you can see how we calculated this width. So we are going to assign that width to front div. So that's what we did here. And so we have appended the dynamic width to our front div. Let's move the backside image to ZNX0. Now you can see the both images. So when we move the slider to left and right, this width will change to negative and positive value. We can see the backside image because we are just increasing and decreasing the width of this front div. We can try with few things like blur, and let's check in the browser. You can see the blur effect, before and after image. Let's change this to invert. So let's revert back this to grayscale. So we have done this example in Pure CSS without using any JavaScript. So we can comment this animation range. We don't need this actually, and it still works. And let me show you how the width is changing in the DevTools. Let's select the front div, and in the computer you can see here width and height. You can see that 432 is the right side width. Double click here and click outside. You can see the change in the width. The 722 width is the left side one. Now you can double even here and click outside. You can see the 678 width is the right side, and the 221 width is the left side one. So I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Thank you.